go through this one, but before you go through them, most of these problems can be solved with this equation. So I've got my selling price times the number sold minus variable cost times the number sold minus fixed cost equals operating income. I wrote it vertically the same way with the subtotal. So selling price times the number sold minus variable cost times the number sold is contribution margin minus fixed cost equals operating income. Those are basic equations that you would know if you said we're selling 100 t-shirts for $15, they cost us 10 and rent's 100. So 100 t-shirts for $15, 15 times the number sold. So 15 times 100 minus variable cost, I bought them for 10, 10 times the number sold, minus fixed cost, rent's $100. What is my operating income? So I could solve for that. In this one, it tells me I had 10,000 software packages, so I sold 10,000. So I'm just going to write some numbers out. Whether I use them or not, I don't know. But the packages resulting in $470,000 of sales revenue, I sold them for $470,000. So if you read that, that's just the total, obviously, and not per unit. So if I need a per unit, I can take $470,000 divided by 10,000, and I get that I sold them for $47 per unit. So don't look at all these numbers, take them one at a time. Next one, sales variable cost of $130,000. So again, it doesn't say variable cost per unit, so I don't make it say something it doesn't say. So I have $130,000 of variable cost. If I want to divide them by the 10,000 units, it's $13 each. And it says $48,000 of fixed costs. So I put $48,000 of fixed costs. So right now I have these three numbers that I know. Okay. The question is, if sales increase by $80,000, notice it's increasing by dollars, not units. So again, it's just an attention to detail or something pretty obvious. I'm not increasing units. So I know that this units there goes with that, not my column heading. Okay, so I know that I've increased my units or my sales by $80,000. There's two ways you could do this. You could say, all right, well, I sold 10,000 units for $47 each. So if I take my 80,000 divided by $47 each, I could figure out how many units are being sold. But I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to say, all right, for every, I could do it with this column right here, or I could do it with this column right here. For every dollar of sales, a certain percent is variable cost and a certain percent of contribution margin. So 130,000 divided by 470,000 is 28%. 340,000 divided by 470,000 is 72%. So 72 cents on every dollar goes towards covering, goes toward contribution margin. So if I have $80,000, then 72% of it goes toward contribution margin. So I could take the 80,000 times 28%, get my variable cost, or my 80,000 times 72% gives me my 57,000. If I sell the 8,000 additional sales dollars, fixed costs are fixed, so I have zero more fixed costs. And so you can see that the answer is 57,872. Okay, now I'm going to do it the other way that you could do it. You could say, all right, I sold $80,000. How many units is that? Well, if I take the 470,000 divided by 10,000, that's $47 a unit that I sold them for. So my additional 80,000 in sales, if I divide it by $47 each, I get 1,702 units. If I take that 1,702 and I multiply it by $34, so 1702.13 times $34, I come right back to the 57,872 that I got up there. So it's two ways you can get it, and that's that problem.